Hi, I'm Dave from MegaPoints Controllers. Happy New Year. I'm recording this video on the 1st of January 2023. And boy, what a year it's been last year and hopefully will be this year. We've had a phenomenal 2022. We've had a few challenges, but overall it's been pretty darn good. You may have noticed that we are not doing exhibitions at the moment. We're just too busy, and we're busy doing things that I'll be announcing shortly. So it's all time, and I can't really afford to lose 3 days a week at an exhibition. It's just too difficult. But fortunately, our products do lend themselves for easy mail order, being quite small, lightweight, and easy to ship. That said, the Royal Mail strike's been a pain. Royal Mail are our primary delivery company, and it's been horrific. I've linked photographs on the news articles on the front page of the website about the Royal Mail strike. Our mail is collected by Royal Mail and it goes to their Warrington Super Distribution Centre, where at the moment it would appear, according to news articles, to sit in a car park, sometimes up to 3-4 weeks. When an item leaves here in a Royal Mail sack, we know it's processed when it's scanned, and normally that's same day for first class, next day usually in the afternoon for second class, and obviously immediately for special delivery. The first and second class, we've had some items sit unscanned for 3 weeks. International would be the same, it'll sit unscanned, which means they're just not processing it, so it's in a sack waiting to happen. Every time I open a dialogue and raise a claim with Royal Mail, I don't even get a reply at the moment. They're just, whatever, inundated. Well, the good news is there are no planned strikes for January, so hopefully they'll catch up. My Royal Mail collections guy tells me he thinks it's going to take till the latter half of January to catch up with the backlog, so hopefully everything will be scanned by then. If you have an item that you haven't seen move or doesn't have a tracking confirmation yet, or a tracking acknowledgement that it's been scanned, if you let me know by the 14th of January, at that point I should be able to do something about it. At the moment I'm just in a queue with everyone else and they're overwhelmed, so nothing I can do. The only product Royal Mail seem to have that means anything is special delivery, and that's why we've now made it prominent on the checkout page. So if you've got a special delivery, it's the only service that does feature a delivery guarantee. So on any non-strike day, you should get it the next working day. So if I post it Wednesday, you should have it Thursday by 1 o'clock. And if not, then it should be a lot easier for me to claim and get some compensation. Not that it's just not worth the hassle half the time, it's just more effort than it's worth. So it's a bit running the gauntlet with tracked first and second at the moment, though at least it's tracked. We can kind of say where we think it is, but it's Royal Mail's problem. They're going to have to deal with it. We do offer FedEx, but it's kind of manual because FedEx go on what's called a volumetric weight, which means that they need to know the dimensions, the cubic centimeters of a package, I suppose. And then they'll give me a price, and I don't know that until I've packaged it and weighed it anyway. So basically we have to take it out, weigh it, and then I have to contact FedEx and then charge the customer and then arrange a collection. It's painful. We use them for panels quite a lot, but for electronics it's an inconvenience, but if a customer wants it, customer gets it. We've just gone on back order with mini panels. I expect to have those available from about the 15th or 16th of January. And we're just about to go on back order with servo controller 12s as well, the 12-channel servo controller. There's one. No, it's not. Can I find one? I think you all know what they are. There's one. It's this guy. So we expect those to come in at the same time. We're just waiting for circuit boards and we can make more. We've been testing new products on Pete Watermans Making Tracks layouts for the last couple of years. We started with the auto signal on the first Making Tracks, and that resulted in a product which is now the auto signal on the shop. And for 13 months now, we've given him a new product that we are just about to bring to market. We are branding it as System 2 Air, and it's an exciting new product range. So it's a whole plethora of products. So it's been extensively tested for 12 months on Pete's layout, and it's also gone out to certain test sites who've installed it and have provided feedback and so on. I feel sorry for those sites because they're quite often doing it with very poor, terse or non-existent documentation. Certainly no how-to videos, but they've got on, and we've got useful feedback. Speaking of making tracks, I am often asked what my involvement with it is, and I can tell you almost none. I operate the layout when it's in the cathedral. I do not get involved in the building or the electrics on the baseboards. I use it as a test site, so it's important that when I make a board or that will ultimately become a product, I can hand it over and see or observe how they get on with it. And if I have to stand over someone's shoulder and go, no, it's this or that, it's the other, then it's not really a product. So I need other people to be able to install it successfully. And when that happens, then I think we're onto something. Of course, it's continual improvement as well. So a product that you might get straight away early on would be quite different from the product that the public will be able to acquire. I also do the filming behind the scenes. I'm trying to put a minimum of one video per month up at the moment. That might reduce to 3 or 2 weeks. I'm more interested in what's going on in the background. So sometimes the conversations are a little bit spicy. And I love that because at the end of the day, we're all real people having real conversations. And I think if I can bring you the real conversations rather than a polished version, I think it's quite entertaining. It's very humorous, though sometimes I tend to make myself unpopular because people, I'll get, don't put that on the video, don't put that, don't do that. And by the time I've cut everything out, sometimes there's not much left. I did bleep one video once, that was just for a laugh, just effort. But it's fantastic, I love it. And it's great to see the real geniuses of model making there. Phil is just great at everything. His designs, I mean, they go down en masse. What was it last time? It was Phil, I think it was Pete and Chris, went down to Milton Keynes Station and just photographed everything again to confirm that what they were building was accurate. And then they come back. I mean, the station detail work, the scaffolding under the platforms, the lattices of the buildings on the platforms is just staggering. And these are bespoke. It's not like they're going, oh yeah, we're going to make them by the thousand. They're just making them for this layout. And when you see how impressive the station is, well, you're going to see something very different in 2023 at Chester. As Pete said a few times, a lot of, people build a model railway and then plonk a station on it. Well, in this, I think the station is the model railway. Every other year there hasn't been a station there because the layouts haven't warranted it. So now this is the focal point. And when you hear Pete talking about, yes, so this Making Tracks 3 will feature a huge station, tens of feet in length, but really the end goal is to join all of this up so it sits with Making Tracks 2 and bits of Making Tracks 1, so you end up with a huge layout. But I think Pete will be making further announcements as the year goes on, as there are some exciting opportunities for next Christmas as well. So the new product range we're talking about or about to launch is called the System 2 Air. I will make a dedicated video announcing that, and I will introduce each product as and when I have the video and documentation ready. The keen-eyed amongst you may notice a System 2 category on the web shop at the moment, and there are some product photographs and placeholders there. And I've published the user guide for the servo controller, which, what is it, 33 pages? It talks a lot about System 2, its capabilities and the background and what you can do. So it's probably going to be the biggest manual, and the other manuals like them. So we've got, where is it? This is the Servo 8 for System 2, and for tiny board it's got a big manual, but it does a lot. So take a look at that and you'll get an idea of what that can do. On launch, when we expect to launch within the first 10 days of January, possibly the first week, we'll be launching a starter kit which will comprise of a couple of servo controllers and a System 2 panel controller, and we'll also have a System 2 relay driver as well. And we'll see what happens there. But right now I'm going to get on with this stack of boards to make, all System 2, so that I can start building stocks up ready to list them over the next week or so. I've got, what do I have? I have 4 manuals to do. So I've done the servo controller, though it needs a revision. There I found a few errors. I will do one for the panel controller. I'll do one for the relay driver. Then I'll do one for the starter kit, which will be a quick this, and that's how it works. And then I'll make videos to accompany each of the manuals. So basically it'll be a video where I read the manual and work through it with you and show you with real world examples. A bit more interesting this time because you don't just see a product on the bench, but you get to look at a screen because it's all controlled or configured over Wi-Fi. So you use your local network on your PC or your tablet to do the configuration work. And but for operation, we use a wired network, a CAN bus, which is basically super robust, but Wi-Fi is super okay for configuration. And then once you've done that, you can just turn it off and know that you've got a secure system. But it means you don't need to get an extension lead or a remote button thing to tap in endpoints on a servo controller like the old ones. In fact, all the boards feature only one button, and it's this button. There's a button there. Let's see if I can show you. There it is. And all that button does is turn on a hotspot, and you only use that. Well, I'll explain how and why that's there in the System 2 boards. But anyway, have a happy new year, and I hope to see you on more videos going forwards. And if you've got any questions, drop me an email. And we'll see what happens in 2023. Thank you for watching.